Okay. Now it looks, I can see, looks like I'm live. All right, everybody. So we've got Zach is apparently running a few minutes late. We were almost running a few minutes late. We're working out some more technical stuff. Zach is in the background doing the producer thing and has got things all set up. Should be able to do, I should be able to see your chat messages better. Is there a way we can zoom the chat messages in and make them bigger on this screen here? So if you guys want to just hang out for a second, let us work out a couple of things. We are running the rum in the background. I started it at about 1:30, 2 o'clock. Hopefully I can finish it before like 7 o'clock, but it's already running. What's up, Ronnie Saunders, Jeffrey, Uncle Si, Lucky D's in the house, Shane with Broken Tool Garage in the house. Oh, I keep forgetting. I'm looking at my phone. I keep forgetting the chats are right up here. Let's see, what else? Where we got? Joe is back. Good to see you. Winsong, hey, hun. Winsong says I sound robotic. Okay. Oh, you saw that. All right. So Adam Pendergrass in the chat is the producer. He's the one working on the technical stuff. Scott Bryant's in the house. What's up, brother? Yeah, Adam's working on the sound. Hopefully we'll get it worked out. And if not, well, we will. Adam will get it going. Iron Duke is in that. Your brother. Iron Duke is one of the admins in the Moonshine for Beginners group over on MeWe. Also does a ton of work on the MASH, our monthly newsletter. He does most of the work on that thing. So Adam's asking, any change? Oh, okay. I guess I don't have to say all that. You guys can read the chat.
Yeah, we had a duplicate mic in there.
Oh, okay, okay. So in the background, the rum is running. I've already pulled off 4 pints. This is the 5th pint. It's not overflowing yet. Can you guys see the jar back there well enough? Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like it. Iron Duke says much better, Adam. Everybody's saying better. Good, good. Okay, so I've already been running this since about 1:30, 2 o'clock. I'm on the 5th jar over there. The last jar came out at 120. This is the easy rum that we did in like episode, I think it might have been 4 or 5. I don't remember. And as you can see, Zach's not here. He went hunting with his dad today, and they got the truck stuck. So he'll be rolling in here a few minutes late. Randy, what's up, brother? Okay, so we're also going to end up eventually, now that Adam is part of the team, we're probably going to have multi-camera views and possibly streaming on multiple platforms like maybe Facebook or TikTok. But for now, one step at a time. He got us set up with this full screen TV that I have the chat on, so it's a lot easier for me to read the chat. and I don't have to work with the video stuff, so I can just focus more on the chat and what I'm doing. So I think things are going to be better as far as the product that we serve you guys up on the live streams. We are also going to be making some lemon lemon blueberry mead. So just another one of the easy recipes that I'm throwing together. I've never had lemon blueberry. I don't know what it's going to turn out, but we will just see. And then the raspberry mead that we made in episode 3, I think it was. It's ready to, I'm going to rack it off and maybe bottle it. It could stand to be a little clearer, but I don't always have the patience for it, so I may just go ahead and bottle it, but I'm at least going to rack it and give it a taste. We'll see how that goes. Hey, Bailey, you want to shut that door back there for me? So, see, Randy equals still works. Yep. Apple pie moonshine for Jeffrey. That's awesome. If you already found your recipe, you made your own recipe, looked one up, what do you think? Am I getting too posh? No, I don't think so. It's actually because I had some lemon concentrate and some fresh blueberries, so I thought, what the hell, Oh, lucky. I've been cutting up the live streams into little shorts. I've been posting them YouTube and TikTok. They seem to be pretty popular. Winsong, it's the same. It's the same as Tildy. Let's see. I ran the rum that I got caught in the rain. I lost 1 quart. The worst was I lost 20 proof of it. How I know that is all. Wow. Well, that's too bad, Ronnie. I mean, crap happens all the time. I mean, if you're watching these lives, crap is usually happening every time we run. So it's all part of the process. Why is all the rum gone? Yeah, that's hilarious, Jason. I thought about bringing in a jar of dirt too, just for fun, to see if anyone caught the reference, but I forgot to do it. So no jar of dirt. Yeah, the rum is smelling really good so far, and I'm just going to do this like I normally do on a recipe that I've never run before. I'm going to collect it in all the jars with the towel. I'll let it breathe overnight, and then I'll do my blending tomorrow. But it's smelling really good. Yeah, easy is good always. Combining several apple pie recipes to make your own. Hey, that's awesome. Almost every recipe I've ever tried had eventually been tweaked in one way or another, just to suit my own preferences. So I think I'm going to go ahead and grab this raspberry and start racking it off. I've got, let's see, we're going to go into this jar. I've already sanitized everything. This is the raspberry. So this was 2 pounds fresh raspberry, 2 pounds honey. That was it. And then I used the EC 1118. The starting gravity was 1.070, finished out at 0.994, so 10% ABV. Started it on 1017, and then I also I added some potassium sorbate and metabisulfate to neutralize the yeast, and I added some chitosan and Oh, what's the other one name? What's the other one, Bailey? Chittisan and what? Kieselzol. Thank you. To clarify it, but I did it yesterday. So this would clarify more if I gave it a little more time. But like I said, I'm being a little bit impatient. So I'm going to grab the bucket. We're going to set this up higher. I'm going to grab the mini siphon and I'm going to rack this into a new jar, and I'm going to rack it into a flip top bottle so that I can just drink a little tonight, and then I'll let the rest clarify for another week or two, and we will bottle it later. Let's see. I'm going to take this spring out since Zach isn't here to help me. It's easier without the spring in the bottle filler. Oh, take the cap off. I'm just going to fill this bottle up, have some to drink, and then save some for Zach, save some for Adam. And then I'll just let the rest go into this bottle to clarify a little longer. Okay, let me catch up a little bit. New Bird's Nest is looking good. Thank you, Iron Duke. Yeah, we've been doing a lot of work to the shop here, and it's looking a little better all the time. Let's see. Clinton's in the house. Glad you made it, brother. Clinton is in the Moonshine for Beginners group on MeWe all the time. See him now chatting it up over there, helping a lot of folks. Really appreciate it. How long to let jars breathe before tasting? I'll start blending them tomorrow morning when I get back to the shop. But you know, for me, it's like 18 to 24 hours, 26 hours, 30 hours. That's about it. How's the jar of shine? Oh, thank you. Yeah. As soon as this get wrecked. Oh, I need to push that down a little. I think I got enough time to get this wrecked over. Swap out the jar. Thank you, Scott. Seems like this is really going slowly. Olin's in the house. Good to see you, brother. Oh, it's kind of clogged up. I can see these auto siphons have a little dam on the bottom of it, and it's kind of clogged up. Let me see if I can loosen that up a little bit. There we go. Too much hooch, never enough time. Absolutely. Okay, I think that's going to be it. There we go. Get that last little bit. Okay. This we will set to the side. Get a glass. Adam, you want to try a little?
Sure.
All right. Belly, you want to try a little? Raspberry Mead. Oh, almost forgot the jar. Get this over. Here you go, Bailey. There you go. No, I don't have. Okay, now I can sit down. Is it just me or is the volume too low?
I just adjusted it. So
Okay, all right.
Get started talking, maybe we'll do it.
Okay, all right. So let us know if the volume is too low, guys. All right, let's get a proof on this jar, and I'll label it. Jars were, the first jar I didn't even proof. I didn't even number it. I just put the lid on it because I don't ever keep the first jar anyway. And then second jar was at 125, then it was 122, then it was 120, and we are now at 114. I guess we could have been doing the guessing game. I don't know if you guys want to do that like we did. What did I say it was? 114. Jar number 5. 114. How many people we got in the chat? Or not in the chat, in the live stream. That's one thing I can't see now that you've got control.
Yeah. That concurrent. 33 concurrent.
33 concurrent. That's about what we usually do. About kind of ranges from 20s to 30s. Hey Joe, what's up? All right. Next one will be 109, Jason says. Little raspy sounding. 38 in the chat. 1 in the UK. So I think there was probably about 7 gallons of that rum that I put into the still. And it was at about 8% ABV going in. It didn't finish all the way out. It stopped fermenting at 1.020. Some unfermentables in there. What's up, Midnight Runner? Glad to see you. So, yeah, that's what was in there. I expect to maybe get a final product of around a gallon. We'll see. Oh, how did the mead turn out? I hadn't even tasted it yet. Gosh, smells great. And this one, I'm considering back sweetening this one.
Oh, hey, you got.
Oh, look who finally. Look who decided to go ahead and show up.
Started the lot?
Yeah.
Oh. I was at a business meeting.
Looks like it.
Oh, hey guys.
So, Yeah, so we're tasting the mead.
Ooh.
So grab you a glass. There's a little there. This is the raspberry.
Yakkery does love mead.
Yeah, and I was just talking about how I'm considering back sweetening this one. So all I did is put some in that bottle. I'm letting the rest clear out a little more, and I'm considering back sweetening.
Grab that.
Lucky D, the first 5 jars, didn't measure the first jar. Jar number 2, 125, down to 122, down to 120, down to 114. Grab a glass here. That's really good.
Oh, not sliding, not putting things in front of the camera.
Man, I don't know if I want to back sweeten that or not. I'm sure it would be good back sweetened with maybe like
I like dry.
a quarter pound of honey, but I'm not sure if I want to. I might maybe split that gallon into 2 half gallons, back sweeten half a gallon and leave half a gallon dry.
What's up, Lucky? Yeah, I made it, man.
Add him as a mod. Hey, can you add? You should be able to add mods. She's talking about Lucky D. Hello, everyone. It's been a while since I've been here.
I'm not doing
Good.
anything
Well,
to
it's
that.
good to see you, Bill. Do what?
I'm not doing anything to that.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
Pretty good.
I mean, it's even better on the nose. Like that's got a great smell. I love that smell. Very fruity. Very. I mean, it smells like fermented raspberry. Like it's a very sweet smell. Very good to me.
I got absolutely big dog by my dad on the way over here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got pulled over by a state trooper like 100 yards from his driveway. So I'm like, we're rolling the windows down. The guy walks up, and so something about Arkansas state trooper. They just have a presence about them already. But so he walks up. He does the whole insurance. Give me this. Give me that. Walks back. He comes back up and he hands my dad a ticket.
Yeah.
I don't know, like 10, 13 over, something like that. And dude, like an absolute. I kind of handled it like a bitch a little bit because I was like, "Thank you." So like he handed my dad the ticket and he goes to walk off. Thank you. Like walks back and I was kind of like joking with my dad, like, "Thank you, sir. May I have another?" And he's like, "Yeah, what was that about? Thank you? Tell that guy thank you."
Right.
I was just like, "Oh, just try to be nice."
Well, I can tell you what, like when cops pull me over, I'm no sir, yes sir, all of it.
I'm very cordial
Until they put me in the back of the car, then I'm like awful. I'm awful at that point. If I know you're taking me in,
dude. Yeah, what do you got to lose?
Yeah, I'm not cordial anymore.
I mean, yeah, I would try to do. I feel like I would try to be just a menace. Like I wouldn't do anything illegal. I wouldn't try to like cheers, but I would like.
No, it's all words, and it's awful words.
Poop back there or something. I don't know.
Right.
That'll show.
And by the way, y'all. So just so you know, I've never gone to jail for anything other than failure to pay a fine, but I've gone to jail for that one quite a bit. Not in a long time though.
I got a minor in possession of alcohol when I was like 19.
Oh yeah.
So there goes my perfect record.
Okay, let's catch up a little bit. How do you like the
Dude,
chat?
this is you
awesome?
guys can't appreciate it the way I can. This is nice.
Yeah. So like the way I had it set up, we could see like 8 chats at a time.
Yeah, there was a
And
lot
it
of
would
this
scroll
too
past.
from my end. I'm sure you guys recall.
Right. Now we've got like a 20-inch TV set to vertical mode. Now we can see like the past 30 chats. But we can't see any video or anything, so we don't know how handsome we look right now. Only Adam knows.
I don't mind that.
Okay, awesome. So Midnight says he's running. Yeah. I only did that once a long time ago on a motorcycle, and I was not even old enough to be driving it. But
I feel like I could get down on like a four-wheeler. I feel like I'd have more. I feel like I could escape. You know what I mean?
I mean, it was surprisingly easy to
the 68
leave the
amp
car
out
behind.
nothing.
I mean, I was on a dirt bike, Like,
oh yeah, dude.
You,
See ya.
cop car's just
Bye.
not going to catch you.
Almost just for fun, not even for any good reason.
Like out in the country, like
Yeah.
I wasn't even in town. You're not gonna catch me.
Normally I would stop for you, but I don't have to, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
Not handsome at all. Iron Duke, how dare you?
Bloody criminals. Yeah, who'd have thought? I know.
Oh, let me make sure I'm not on there. I'll tear this thing down.
480p, but the video's still good. All right. Well, I don't know. I don't even know what that means, Clinton, but Adam probably knows.
Thank you, Yadam.
What's up, Scott? Glad to see you.
Check the jar. Come on now.
Look like your family. Yeah, we're all family here, brother. That's right.
This is my daddy. Not really. My dad's name's Stacy.
Lucky says we have a face for radio. That's awesome. And a voice for print. Check the jar, Jason says. Oh, yeah, we're good. We're running pretty slow on this one, so. But thank you. It's,
ooh, the Alembic.
you know.
Got her clayed off and everything.
Yeah.
How's she been coming off so far?
Pretty good. I didn't measure the first jar. 125, 122, 120, 114.
Nice.
Yeah, smell it. Smell that third jar there. Starting to come off pretty good. Yeah, veteran status saved you. I imagine. Yeah, that doesn't work for me. Yeah, on a dirt bike, especially in the country. Yeah. Face only a mother could love. That's probably true. Yeah. What do you think?
That's good.
Yeah. A little different than what we've been running.
That is different.
Yeah.
What is that?
That's the rum.
Oh, okay. I was wondering. I was like, dude, that's so. Man, that's so different, but in like pretty nice way.
Yeah.
120. So, what do you think you'll proof it down to typically?
So
I mean, obviously you don't know yet, but
well, so I don't know exactly what we should do, except maybe it's by looking at the top jars and knowing how this kind of still runs. We're probably, once we blend everything, we're probably going to be between 100 and 110. And so I'm thinking like split the final product in half and age part of it. And then the other part, try to do like some kind of tropical rum with some
experiments.
Post flavor, like some coconut rum or banana rum or something like that. Just not like post flavor like apple pie post flavor where it comes down to like 30 or 40 proof, but like just some light post flavor so that the proof is still up there around 80 or 90. But we're adding some kind of tropical flavor to it.
Just a little something in there.
Yeah, coconut or pineapple or
some of the rums I've picked up the last couple times, over the last 2 years from the liquor store. They're the flavored ones, coconut, banana, those kind of rum flavors. I had a really good one. I can't remember the name of it, but it was super, super light on the back end. It was like, okay, this is like a clear distilled rum, very clean tasting, and then there's just a finish of this. It was really light, and I like that because most of them get too syrupy for me.
Yeah, I don't want syrup.
Yeah.
Let's see. How many times people confuse you for Cy Robinson? I don't think people ever confuse me for Cy Robinson, but I do get the comment quite a bit.
And so in real life, it's never happened, not like one time.
Not like a real confusion. But people will say, you look just like that guy on the Dynasty.
It'd just be cool to kind of like imagine you're just like grocery shopping in La Harps and someone's like, hey, I don't mean to bother you, but are you on the show?
Yeah. And I just go, hey, you got some sweet tea?
I do $50. I'll leave it at that. $50 cameos. Other than that, I'm not signing nothing, brother. How many people we got in here? Can we even tell now? Hell yeah.
Olin says his rum has a strong smell to it. Yeah, this has a pretty strong smell too. Like I loved the fermentation smell when it was fermenting, and we've still got like 7 gallons of that fermentation. But yeah, I love the smell. Like this doesn't smell anything like the grain liquors that I mostly do, the corns and wheat and all that.
It's completely different.
Completely different.
Is that over there still part of a?
Yeah, that's the rum too. That's what was left. That's what I couldn't fit in the 12 gallon fermenter.
It would be kind of interesting to play around with some percentages on rum and like a weeded bourbon, like.
So my thought on what's left over, the 7-ish gallons left over rum, combine that with some of the rye bourbon mash, and then that's what we put in our chicken run. That's what I've been thinking. Combine the rum and the bourbon, put it in the pot when we hang the chicken.
Do this, yeah. That's going to be nice.
That's what I've been thinking.
A little rum wash chicken.
Yeah, it's that, or we got 7 gallons to run again. Yeah, which we could do. Like we could take. We could also.
It's going to end up nice. I mean,
yeah, we could also take this distillate that we run today, add it to the 7 gallons, put it in the mile high still, and run it as a 1 and done, or a 1.5 run. But I kind of wanted it to be a single pot still run because I want to get the full flavor of the rum.
Yeah, I agree. It's such a nice, distinct flavor too. Well, and it's also, we don't, like you're saying, we never do it. You don't have a lot of it around. It's kind of nice just how it's coming off there. So I don't even know how I would. There's a lot of different ways you can go with that for sure.
Yeah.
Scott McNeil said, my rum I like best aged on 1 toasted and 1 medium char stick. Got to leave it alone for about 4 to 5 months for the best flavor. I bet it has some pretty cool color too, because I know some of those darker rums. I think I saw someone earlier saying that they like the dark rum, which is, I would assume, this just aged. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, who was saying that?
Scotty McNeil.
Scotty McNeil.
Yep.
Yeah, we could do that. Like I said, take half of the final product and age it, and we've got the toasted and the charred sticks. We could do that with.
Yeah. When's the last time you did a rum run?
This is my first one.
This is the first one?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you think the heads and tails will differ, if at all, in a rum run as compared to some sort of starch or something of that nature?
But my guess is it'll be similar to like a sugar wash. Yeah. But I don't know for sure. Like, we'll find out tomorrow. But my guess is it'll be similar to like a sugar mash.
Yeah.
Because it's rum. That's molasses. It's cane sugar.
Yeah.
I added brown sugar, which is also made from cane sugar. So.
Yeah, I bet you're right.
But we'll see. Let's see. Gonna have to open that damn thing up and try it. Yeah.
What are you guys making right now? Well, I want to see we get some of our best ideas from you guys. So fire off in there and let me know what you guys are running. If you're doing anything weird, a little different. Winsong, what are you back flavoring, sweetening, and running?
Winsong says, whenever I lose sight in a department store or somewhere, I'll ask people if they've seen a guy who looks like he just stepped off the set of Duck Dynasty. Someone will point me in this direction.
Is it immediate? Are they like,
yeah, I just saw that dude.
Green shirt? Just missed it.
So we've tasted that. We've also got to taste the breakfast cereal bourbon that's still aging over there. We need to give that a taste. And then we're also going to make...
I've enjoyed it every time.
Lemon Blueberry Mead.
Ooh, lemon blueberry.
Lemon Blueberry Mead.
A little citrus on that thing.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Got to add a little back strap.
200 pounds of apples. Good Lord, brother.
Sour mash wheated bourbon yesterday. That's awesome.
Watching 2 barrels of apple. It's apple season. That's right, Jim. Joe. One and the same.
I can read the chat without my glasses, but I kind of got to squint. So later on in the video replay, it's probably just going to look like I'm stoned.
Well, I'm normally like staring at a smaller monitor like, what's up? Midnight Rider said, I'm currently cooking dinner and straining pear brandy mash.
Nice.
That sounds delicious. After running mine 3 times, flavor kept coming.
Ooh. All right, I'm going to pull that. Let's make that other mead. I'm going to pull the stuff over here.
I'm down.
I've already sanitized.
Can always use more mead.
The buckets. And I don't remember if I sanitized the lid. Got to get the potato masher.
Glenn Miller said, I'm going to do another Bananas Foster. Okay, Glenn, does that tend to volcano or get super, super messy on you? Asking for a friend.
All right, so we've got 1 pound of blueberry. If you want to mash these up, I'll get the lemon ready.
I can use this, right?
Yep. That's probably easier. Just put it in the bucket and mash it in
okay.
there.
I bet you.
So 1 pound lemon, or 1 pound of blueberry, and then 1 carton of the lemon juice concentrate. And then we're going to also add 2 pounds of honey. And we'll check to see what the gravity is.
Do you put any pectic enzyme in this?
I've got some over there. We'll put some in.
Never mess with blueberry any.
Yeah, you just want to kind of mash them up. They don't have to be like blended. And then we're also going to do...
Am I doing this right, chat?
Yeah, you're doing great. Doing great. Let me find the...
Apple season runs right along with deer season. I don't know, dude. I don't even deer hunt, man. $13 gallon.
Okay. We're going to do a 1/4 teaspoon of pectic enzyme. Is it out? No. There we go. Oh, I forgot to heat up the honey.
Josh, buddy, that's okay. Just don't be late again, okay? It's kind of a zero tolerance thing around here.
No tardiness. Except if you're deer hunting.
Dude, I was at a business meeting, I swear.
Oh, yeah,
Dude.
that's right.
Nah, I'm just shitting you. He knows already, but I was deer hunting, I guess you guys know too, but all I saw was people.
Get anything?
All you saw was
people?
Saw a lot of people. Saw a ton of people, man, and you know what's not good for deer hunting? Seeing
a
like
bunch
a
of
mall's
people.
worth of people around you while you're just trying to deer hunt. Stupid.
All right, this is 2 pounds honey.
Look at that damn honey.
Oh yeah, it's already
It's gonna
smelling
end up
good.
being pretty potent. ABV wise, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll take a measurement.
Or
We'll
specific gravity was.
Rhubarb strawberry mead.
Rhubarb. Just a fun word to say, even. I'm not going to be 100% honest. I'm not sure I know what that tastes like. I don't know. I know of them, but I don't know if I have firsthand experience with them. Someone explain the intricate taste of a rhubarb to me via the chat.
I'm going to go get some hot water in this. Actually, I'm going to ask Bailey. Get some hot water. So I can shake that out of there. Thank you. Huh? Oh. There you go. I threw it right at you. You didn't even catch it.
Man.
All right. Yeah. Let's get the water.
How much is honey where you guys are at? What's the market price on honey right now?
Depends on where you get it. Anywhere from $5 or $6 a pound and up to crazy per pound.
Yeah.
So I'm adding a gallon of spring water. Actually, I'm going to go just shy. No, I'm not. I'm going to add the whole gallon. Screw it. Since this is a primary fermentation. Whoop, whoop.
I love a good 2-stage ferment. Just like my granddaddy used to always sit back and say, I love a good old 2-stage ferment. I'm just kidding. He didn't know what that was.
Never said it.
Didn't like it, didn't say it. Didn't never say it. He didn't. You're right.
This honey is from Desert Creek Farms in Texas. It's just a raw, unfiltered wildflower honey.
We're done with this, right?
Yep.
Start, Sam.
And now we will
Look at what you could be. Huh?
get the
Grow up big and strong. Delicious.
Now we'll take a gravity. You want to find that triple scale? I think it's over there on that white cabinet.
Ooh. Go ahead and give her a dunk and a star, Sam, just to be safe.
Jar is about a third full there on the still, so we're still good on it.
And I remember what y'all told me in the chat. You got to spin it. You'll like to see it spin.
Is that like density?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. It measures how much sugar's in solution by the density.
I'm saying 1060. What are you saying?
Yeah. Yeah, 1062, 1060. Not quite as.
I thought it would be. I thought it would be more. I'm kind of surprised by that. How much?
We
how
added
much water was
more-
in the honey?
Yeah, we added more than a gallon of water, and I have no idea what the concentrate, the lemon concentrate. I don't know what the sugar content is of that, but I might
Add a little.
add another pound of honey
I like
in
it.
a few days.
Yeah.
And we're gonna add some.
You could feed it in
yeast
there
neutral.
too when you move to your carboy.
Yeah,
I don't know how long are you planning on keeping it in this bucket?
at least a week. All right. Got to take notes. Where's my pen? Thanks, Joe. Okay. So this is Lemon Blueberry.
Brother, what is your name? I'm gonna read this out loud, and I don't know if this was the goal. Glizzy's Reviews. What does that mean? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
I don't have any idea what that means.
You never heard of a glizzy?
No.
It's a hot dog, but
Oh, is
some people call pee-pees glizzies.
Okay.
So how do you mean it, brother? Hot dogs, family
What
friendly?
are you reviewing?
Yeah. What are you looking into, dude? You should get more sugars from your blueberries. That's correct. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, we will get a little bit more.
Yeah. So I mean,
not a bunch though.
I feel like I always lean heavy on tuning my stuff up, maybe too much. When sometimes like starting off with like a 1050, 1060, 1070, and just kind of letting it finish out at 4 or 5%. I should probably start doing that more.
Okay, starting gravity 1.062. Today's date is 14? Yeah. Started must. Okay.
Always good with a note taker.
We need half a teaspoon of nutrient, or
where's your yeast at?
Quarter teaspoon. It's that opened pack laying right by the quarter teaspoon yeast nutrients. Nope.
That's potassium sorbate.
Yeah, so I was going to use a D47 for two reasons.
Yeah.
One, I have a half a packet that needs to get used, but I was also anticipating this to be a much higher ABV, but oh well.
And I really would have thought so too, because you added a small concentrate in as well, right?
Yeah. All right, let's stir this up.
Jason's asking EC 1118.
No, it was D47. What I just put in there.
Why the D47 over the EC 1118 on this run?
So I don't know if this is true or not, but I hear a lot of people talk about D47 bringing out a more floral note.
I like that. I like the whispers of that.
I was going to try that. Seal this down.
Could have got you in here, locked out of there. Primed up and ready.
Yeah.
Terrible assistant I am.
It's like I got to do everything around here.
Show up on time, make the stuff.
I mean, Adam and I slaving around for 45 minutes trying to get things set up, and you're just out there, talking to the cops.
Talking shit to the freaking cops, dude.
All right, there we go. Do you want to set this over on the bar at least?
Yeah, sure.
I always forget that. There we go. Okay, so get to sit down a little bit now.
Hey, what do you
up a little bit?
What are you drinking over there, bud?
Nothing.
Ah, damn, dude, me too.
Nothing. You want to grab us a little something?
Dang it.
Let's see. So if you're local to the area, we are in the Homebrew Center. We have all your supplies for all your goodies, whether you're making beer, wine, mead, kombucha, moonshine. So if you're in the Fort Smith and surrounding areas, you can come see us. We got stills for sale. Also, you can join the ABV Society. It's a local group, and tomorrow night we're going to have a watch party. We're watching the Mike Tyson-Jake Paul fight tomorrow night. And
dude, I'm freaking stoked
having a
about
good time.
That, by the way. Who's going to win that, by the way?
I don't know.
Someone's going to die, maybe. I don't know who even.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't know, dude.
I don't even think there's going to be a knockout.
Yeah, okay, all right. I'm backing up.
He's backing it up.
No one's dying. Someone maybe possibly already dead inside, though.
So as far as Glenn's asking, would yeast nutrient be good for a brandy mash? So yeast nutrient, I typically only use yeast nutrient when I think there might be a problem with the yeast. Like if the colony is not real happy, they might like some nutrient, and there's a couple of times when that might be the case. If I'm starting with a really high gravity, I'll probably add some yeast nutrient. In this case, because I added the lemon, I wanted to add some yeast nutrient because I think that there might be a pH problem, and if that's the case, I'll have to bring the pH up. And if that is also the case, the yeast are going to be happier if I give them some nutrient while they struggle through the pH problem and I correct it for them. That's kind of how I see it. Still works in brewing. I'm enjoying apple rye whiskey right now. That's awesome, brother. That needs to be something on our list. Do an apple rye. Apple rye. Yep. What are we drinking?
We are currently enjoying a cherry blueberry mead that came in at 14% ABV and was bottled on 4/4/24.
Awesome.
Denoted as sweet.
All right.
What a nice label, too, by the way. You guys get a load of that? Probably can't read it, can you?
It's just our house label so we can track stuff.
Well,
I'm completely utilitarian, so I didn't make it pretty.
Yeah.
Nothing. It's all utility.
It's a good bottle, too, but...
maybe I should have had Windsong make it. It would have been probably nicer to look at.
No, dude. So, I need to print a bunch of these off because all I do is I shrink wrap, heat shrink all my wine tops, and
just use a marker on it.
I just mark on there. I'm like, this is blueberry from this month and year.
Oh yeah, it works.
And then I sign it. Why do I do that? What's the point of that?
Well, I mean, it might be left in a cellar somewhere sometime, and 80 years from now, someone finds it and goes, "Man, this was Paul's."
Could you imagine if I did become like a famous winemaker?
Right. And your great grandchild finds a bottle down in the cellar that you signed. I mean, that's why you sign it.
This show will cancel me long before ever anyone I promise. But everyone everyone in the chat is saying Tyson, Iron Mike. Hands down Tyson.
I mean, I hope you're right.
I do too.
I do not want to see Iron Mike get beat. I do not want to see it. And I think, Joe, are you still in here? Joe left. Joe's the first person I met that was rooting for Paul. And
who was?
Joe.
What?
Yeah. It makes me reconsider my friendship with him. Like, I don't know anyone rooting for Jake Paul, except Joe.
That is that's a wild take. That's a wild take. That's the first time I've heard anyone be like, you know what? Yeah, I'd like to see Jake Paul win that fight.
I mean, it's an interesting fight because you've got a young kid, 28 years old, in his prime, who's a boxer.
Is Joe still here?
No, he left.
Oh, I don't want to be like, Joe, come on, brother.
Yeah. So, Jake Paul's a real boxer.
Yeah, he's in his prime. He's a legit
but he's not. But he's not like Mike Tyson level boxer. But Mike Tyson is 58 years old.
Yeah.
So, how does that balance out?
A solid 20, 25 past his prime.
Yeah.
Jake Paul's had some pretty awesome wins, but he's also fought like Ben Askren and.
He's also a blue boxer.
Yeah.
He's only been boxing for 5-8 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is crazy. Like most of these kids
absolutely doesn't have the experience. But I guess we're going to find out how much does age matter. And so I want to see Tyson win because first of all, I do not want to see that guy lose. I just don't want to see him lose. And then second, if Mike Tyson at 58 can whoop Jake, then maybe I still got it.
Who's the Vegas?
Not that I ever had it, but
we're gonna find out who Vegas has picked for this thing.
I think Paul is picked.
I'm gonna say probably.
If I need to check my pH, I use a digital pH meter, Jim. But there's nothing wrong with the pH strips. They're not quite as accurate. They're much easier to use because you got to keep if you use a digital pH meter, you got to keep it calibrated, which can be a pain in the butt. But they're much more accurate when they're calibrated. So, I mean, whichever.
We're also taking medication for it. The pH. But Iron Mike done flipped a switch in the cavern of a mind. Okay, it's a deep. Minus 230 Paul. Vegas odds.
Oh,
minus 230 on Paul.
Oh, so they've got Tyson.
No.
Oh, no.
So you bet $100 on Tyson, you make 190 back. You bet $100 on Paul, you're gonna get Hold on, math moment here. 70.
This is another YouTube short clip where numbers are flying around his head.
Tabulating $77.
You make $77 on a $100 bit. Dang.
So yeah. So I mean, honestly, overall, it's not really too crazy. I got my money on.
Damon's in the house, brother. Good to see you. Oh, Damon's got his money on Cyprus. That's funny.
Richard, dude.
So for those of you that may not know, Damon Beatty is the horror. Also got a podcast about horror movies.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Into horror, into distilling. I like it.
Yeah, Damon. If I've got you all wrong, if this is not the Damon I'm thinking of, let me know.
He's like, actually, my name is Damon Julius Beatty. I am a vice principal at a middle school in southern Iowa.
My YouTube handle,
not me.
My YouTube handle is Damon. My name is Steve. Oh. Okay, where are we at on the jar? We're still good.
I just hope Mike works on the cardio or gets it done fast. Yeah, no, he's got to win fast.
It's got to happen fast.
Sure. I mean, he's got to knock him out. That's the only way he's going to win any sort of a decision. But how many rounds are they going?
I have no idea.
Is it one of those exhibition 3 2-minute rounds?
No, I think it's like 8 or 10.
Okay.
Which if it goes 8 or 10, that's not looking good for Mike.
Which I don't know, dude. Mike might just be able to kind of lay back and he's got such a weird stance too, short, squatty, coming up from weird angles. I mean, I'm sure. The problem with Mike is he's got not gonna study you know what I mean.
So here's what happens if 14-ounce gloves, 8 rounds. There's not going to be a knockout. And if Jake Paul gets knocked out, everyone's going to jump out of their seat screaming.
The worst thing for America right now is Mike Tyson getting knocked out in the second or third round. That's devastating. Yeah. I don't think it's going to happen.
Good to see ya.
2-minute rounds, yeah.
Okay, so we made the mead. We tasted the other mead. We're running the rum. We've tasted the cherry blueberry, which I've already had a bunch of this. I think this is one that Bailey made. Is this one you made, Bailey? Yeah.
Shout out to Bailey.
Cherry blueberry. So we're drinking it, and this is really good. So, what do you guys? So next week, I think we're going to be doing a rye bourbon, and then there'll be Thanksgiving, right?
Yes.
So yeah, next week we're going to be doing a rye bourbon. Then we're going to have a week off for Thanksgiving, and then either the week after that or the one after that, we're going to do the chicken, which is the one we're all excited about.
Yeah,
doing the chicken run,
and
we've got to
jacked about it.
I've got to do some soldering on the still because I'm going to solder a copper hook in the still so that we can hang the chicken easily.
Yeah.
So I'm not, screwing around.
I have located a rooster, by the way.
Oh, yeah?
A full-grown rooster.
Here's what I think we're going to have to do because I want to run it in the copper Stilco still.
Okay.
That's the one I want to run it in.
Okay.
And it's only got a 4-inch opening. So I think I'm going to have to do just go buy some leg quarters or something that'll fit in a 4-inch opening. Because I don't think we're going to get a whole rooster breast.
Could you imagine the video of us trying? How long would that stay out?
A rubber, one of us holding it, the other with a rubber bat.
Get your ass! Oh, yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, Adam, the Olympics are beautiful, and they really make good liquor. Especially if the one and done is your thing.
Cornish hen. Sorry.
Yeah.
Right in the middle of you saying something.
Oh, it's Steve Chadwick. Hey, Robert, with the Cornish hen. Steve is a local radio guy.
Rear Forge's comment. He's asked twice.
Is it worth saving enough tails to make a tails only run? Frenage Forge.
So there's a lot in that question. So first of all, it's going to depend on your still. So if you're running a still like this one, or a regular pot still, no thumper, most of your methanol is going to come out in your tails. Probably going to get lots of argument about this one, and that's all right. Most of your methanol is going to come out in your tails. So if you want to make a full tails run, just know you're kind of stacking methanol in there, and especially if you do it more than once, you're really stacking up the methanol. So you want to absolutely be careful of that. The second part of that question is it depends on what you're running. If you're running a sugar wash, the methanol part is not that big a deal. If you're running a grain wash, the methanol is not that big of a deal. If you're running fruits and brandies, then see you later tomorrow. All right, Bailey. If you're running fruits, then that's when stacking up methanol could become a problem. So I'm not sure I would do it, but those are the things you want to consider. And when you ask, is it worth it? That's a very subjective question too, because like what one thing is worth to one person may not be worth it to another. For example, I don't sparge my grains. I rarely squeeze the juice out of my grains to get that last little bit because it's not even worth it to me. To some people, it's absolutely worth it to get that last little bit.
Juice ain't worth the squeeze.
Juice ain't worth the squeeze. Hope that answers your question.
Joe Goodman said, lube it up, it will stretch. Get him out of here.
Yeah.
Get him out of here. I don't know what that means, brother.
Are you also doing reviews? Wheezy,
yeah.
Wheezy
Are you Glizzy reviewing?
Glizzy. Oh,
you guys are outrageous.
Just kidding, brother. Steve's got ideas. Pot still. Yeah, so, I mean, I would be careful doing an all tails run.
Someone deleted that. I was just joking around. You know, he's just kidding.
Well, oh, we deleted Joe. No.
He's good. He's good. I'm bad him. I'm just kidding.
Sorry, Joe. We've got a overzealous admin.
I like that.
That's good though.
I like that.
Yeah, for sure. Adam,
at least I know now if I can like instantly banish someone, which is kind of I've never even like thought about it. Everyone's nice, really awesome in our chat.
Have like your umpire hat on.
Yeah. Dude, hey, guess what? See you next week. That's a strike, or maybe not at all. I don't know.
Adam just dropped the Moonshine for Beginners link. If you are not a member of the Moonshine for Beginners link group over on MeWe.com, and especially if you're new to moonshining, it's the best place on the internet to learn from experienced people. Randy says, all tells why. Yeah, that's a fair question also. Where are we at on the drip?
All right, close. Kind of got a slow drip running over here.
No.
Yeah, what do you make of that?
Well, I've been intentionally running this one a little bit slower.
Well, how many gallons did you start off with in the pot?
Like 7-ish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're not really even expecting to get probably what?
I'm hoping to get like a gallon of final product is what I'm hoping for. And I'm actually probably need to speed it up. What time is it? 6:03. Yeah, I should probably speed it up.
Here?
Yeah, just a little notch. And mainly just because I don't want to be running it till 10, 11 o'clock at night and then driving home. I'm not real close to my house from the shop, so. MFB goes all day, day. That's right, Josh. Glenn Miller's member, y'all. Damon, met my first Moonshine folks over there on MeWe. Damon, I didn't even know you were in the group, brother.
Aaron Berhus says hi from Australia. Fun fact for you, Aaron. If I didn't live here, my second choice is Australia. Dope place. Shout out. Good for you.
We've got 40 people on the stream.
Nice. 40
Shout out
people.
to all 40 of you.
So last time someone asked, you guys haven't spilled anything yet. You spilled something within like 20 seconds.
Yeah, I'm not talking about it. You bring it up, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's like something just like gets spoken into existence. Because it was literally, it was like 15 seconds.
Yeah. You read the comment. You guys haven't spilled anything yet, and then you said, "I'm gonna spill something in this glass."
I think it was lucky.
Down with the spill. I think it was lucky.
I think it was lucky. It was like, when's that part of the show? I was like, it's coming. Yeah. And then, like,
seconds,
bottle of wine.
Seconds later. That's funny. Yeah, Jim, I think we would be kind of fun to hang out and sample stuff with.
Dude, yeah, we're doing it right now. I don't know if you're drinking. We're drinking. If you live close, come by. We'll talk. We'll hang out.
Yeah, Paul, I've got a 5-gallon carboy back there that I put tails and heads in, and also just like not necessarily tails but just stuff that I didn't like, and I'll do a faints run with it. And when I do a faints run, it's a high. I'm using a D flag, and I'm just trying to get a neutral spirit. So I'm just stripping the alcohol out for a neutral spirit. I'm not trying to get good flavor or anything like that.
Don't worry, chat. I got it. Didn't even have to remind me.
Oh, all right. And we got, we got lots of cool things coming down the pipeline that we can't really announce yet.
A lot of cool stuff we can't really talk about
it right now, but yeah, we got some cool stuff coming.
Yeah,
a number of different things, and I can't wait till we can tell y'all.
All our criminal court cases are shaping up nicely.
About to settle all our lawsuits.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, we got.
We only had to pay $50,000 in restitution to that Safeway. So
99. Well, we may not have to turn it up after.
She's
all.
a dime plus
We're already
99.
down to 99.
What I want for you. Oh, the drink.
Before we tell you what it is, do you like it or not?
Yeah, it's like it's oaty. You know, it's got like makes me think of a stout.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's a mead.
What do you think the two? It is a mead. What do you think the two main flavor components are?
Give me a line, dude.
Come on.
Jar number 6, 99 proof.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. It's not strawberry, but it's sometimes.
You're close. You're in there. Yeah, it's cherry blueberry.
Okay.
Yeah, which when you mix the two, like a lot of times when I'm mixing, so I mixed what was it? It was damn bad brain. Pineapple and cranberry. Okay, two pretty different flavors. One tart, one just kind of super sweet, and it came out smelling and tasting like bananas a little bit. So like, there's something about when you throw two fruits together, they baby in there. Yeah. And you get something totally different. Little redheaded stepchild. See, this is stuff I like too. Outside of the grid said, "Hello, fellas, running chai tea sugar wash."
Chai tea.
What's that about? Drop a recipe real quick if you're not just too proud of it.
Yeah, outside off grid, like drop your recipe. That's kind of interesting. That'll be interesting.
Tea, sugar wash.
Unless you're planning on doing a video about it or something like that later, and you don't want to spoil it, but
or maybe just still
I'm
do
interested.
It. Ruin Virginia, Arkansas. Here, I do kind of enjoy seeing where you guys are from, like Australia up there, Virginia. I know where a few of you are from already. I actually have some of your addresses. Can we copy and paste those addresses and social security numbers into the chat?
Okay. Virginia.
Roll call, baby. South Carolina. Found out too. So Cyrus and I the other day were going over some of the TikTok videos and stuff, and we're looking at our some of our data. I have a big following in Minneapolis.
Interesting.
Didn't know it. Didn't know it. Cool. Shout out Minneapolis. If some of you are in here from there.
Steve says he's in Arkansas.
Steve's in Arkansas. Sure he is.
Yeah, he's probably down the block. He's probably on his phone.
Probably watching us through a window.
Yeah.
You look over. Steve's literally out there, right, peering through the glass. Oregon. Shout out to Oregon. Also cool. Adam and I, for a brief, 2-week period, discussed moving to Portland.
Yeah, we were really on.
We wanted that hard.
I bet you're glad.
I don't know what. Yeah, sure. No, looking back, yeah, Portland.
Maybe visit and don't stay
Right.
long.
I don't even think maybe that. I think you go to your daughter's cheer competition there, and you stay at a hotel outside Portland. You drive in early. Yeah. Strictly business. Virginia Beach, South Carolina.
Yeah, I didn't get to go to the Ozark Moonshine Festival in Clinton.
Dude, I was super upset about that too.
Yeah. But that's all right. That's all right. We may be having another Moonshine Festival in the Arkansas area next year. That would be awesome. So we'll see.
Jason Acosta says he's from Louisiana. Brother, we know.
We know it.
We know that.
1.5 gallons of water, 20 bags of chai tea, 5 pounds of sugar. I used bread yeast, and as it runs, I'm letting it sit in pint jars with another chai tea bag. That's interesting.
Bread yeast?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Why are you using bread yeast?
A lot of people use a bread yeast.
Okay.
I mean, you don't get a high ABV from it, but a lot of people use it.
What is it? It's got a low tolerance?
Yeah, it's like 10%, 9-10%.
But maybe that's like, I could see, okay.
Which is okay. Most of my runs are not more than 10% anyway.
Some of mine get there. Some of mine get there. And some of them, I wouldn't mind using the bread yeast as just like a capper to just like cut off at 10% if you don't want to open your ferment up and continue to take specific gravities and make sure you're shutting it off when you need to.
Right.
It would be nice if you're just like, hey, I want this to be 10%. I know that if I add this much sugar, there will be this much left over. It will be sweet off the ferment at this amount. I mean, I could see that kind of being a consistency thing.
Yeah.
If you just knew you needed to be at 10%.
Well, I mean, so outside the grid has 1.5 gallons of water with 5 pounds of sugar. So he's at per pound. What is that? 2.5 pounds of sugar per gallon.
You shouldn't probably get anything out of the 20 bags of chai, right? I mean, those aren't sweetened, are they? Some of them are. I don't know if they're. I don't know.
I don't have any idea. But yeah, he's going to have some sugar left over that doesn't get fermented, possibly. So another thing about alcohol tolerance is when you're talking about yeast and their alcohol tolerance, like it's not always exact.
Yeah.
You know, like it might say,
that might be
D47
temperature.
Yeah, D47 has a 14% alcohol tolerance, but it might give out on you at 12 and it might go to 16.
Okay.
It's not always exact.
It's not a hard and fast line in the sand.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a strong kombucha with tea.
Yeah, Paul, yeast is a definite rabbit hole, and I have not gone down it.
I want to get in there.
I've looked into the rabbit hole. That's all I've done with yeast.
I want to, get hip deep in that thing. What is this yeast about?
Right.
Well, I'm intrigued by yeast because it's such a so to me, a yeast is like kind of like a mushroom. Like you don't know, like I can tell you less about yeast than I can mushrooms, probably.
Yeah.
Because it's like, why are they the way they are? And they're super temperature specific, and they need a very certain environment to be prosperous.
Mm-hmm.
And then like there's different yeast that are older and more hardy, and then there's just like there's
very
how many different kinds of yeast do you think there are?
Thousands.
Surely there's
hundreds, possibly.
There's
thousands.
a rough number somewhere. I'm gonna say, and we'll Google this. I'm gonna say there are 36,000 varieties or strains of yeast. 36,000.
36,000.
And the only reason I'm saying that is I think that different flowers. I'm obviously not, all right? 1,500 species. Okay. I was way off. All right, I was just thinking, because we've talked about stuff that, yeast that's on things naturally, and I'm just thinking about all the different strains of flowers and different things that maybe that there's some kind of yeast byproduct on.
Well, and I would imagine maybe per Wikipedia, 1,500 species, that might not include, like, how could they include wild species? Like, can you even
Because we don't even know.
That 1,500 might be, like, commercial.
1,500 documented, but I'm talking about, like...
Yeah.
Also, I just want to be less wrong than what I think I am right now.
It's going to be harder for you because Adam, we got Adam behind the computer now, so
I can't.
Adam is going to keep.
Normally, I'm just like, this could be an accurate number.
Adam's on the keyboard going, I think he just made that up.
Dude, let's check real quick. First episode, just like actually. I gotta be careful reading some of these. We're getting too many glizzy and lube related comments for me just to be reading these aloud at will. Because sometimes I don't even read all the way through a comment. Like, so someone could give me, if I thought it was a good one sentence in, I'll just start reading the first. I'll be like, okay, yeah, this is going somewhere, and I'll just start reading, and then I could get to a potential second sentence and say whatever the sentence is before I even. Right. So I'm gonna start maybe pre-reading these before I read them in their entirety. What would be the best yeast for a whiskey? Glenn Miller asked, what would be the best yeast for a whiskey?
Yeah, so I'm a huge fan of Daddy for whiskeys, but they do make whiskey-specific yeasts. Still Spirits makes some good ones.
Yeah.
But to me, like Daddy is like the Glock of yeasts.
Daddy.
It's dependable. I like Daddy. It's dependable and easy to work with, good flavor. But yeah, you can try different specific yeasts made for whiskeys, and I'm certainly going to do more experimentation.
Look at everyone in the chat, Daddy. It's popular for a reason. It's kind of like what Cyrus is saying. It appears to be a super tried and true, dependable, predictable.
Drummond says, Damon, say my name. So that's kind of an inside joke. Damon also has a Moonshine podcast, and
we're talking about Damon Beatty, the vice principal from that middle school in Southern Iowa
that has a horror show podcast. Yeah,
shout out to Damon, vice principal Damon, vice principal Beatty.
Yeah, and it also, I'm not even going to get into it. There's lots of drama right there that.
Wait, what's the wait? Well, hold on.
Could turn this into a shit show real quick.
Say my name. Why? So wait, did they do a podcast together, or are they like mortal enemies?
Now, no, I don't know who Drummond's Son Live is.
Okay.
I don't know that handle, but obviously watches Damon's podcast.
Okay, Drummond Son Live. Don't know you as well. Why don't you drop your social and your address in the chat for us?
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and dox yourself? And let's see. Oh. Yeah, Daddy just seems to work. It always does work.
Daddy do be working.
Yeah.
Jim said he's gotten as high as 12% from Red Star bread yeast.
Well, I mean, that's pretty good for a bread yeast, no doubt.
Because what were we thinking? Generally, he's going to cap out around 10.
I think you can depend on 9 or 10%, and if you get anything above that, then it's gravy.
Oh, and I wonder too if because a lot of times we'll pitch, we'll pitch nutrient at the start of a ferment. I'm sure that's allows it. And an energizer. Are those one and the same, by the way?
They're not exactly the same, but they're close enough for most of us amateurs to go, yeah, those are the same.
Okay.
But think about this. When you're talking about bread yeast, yeast, it has been designed it has been cultivated over the years for bread.
Mhm.
What do we want in bread? What
Alcohol.
is it? No, we want bread light and fluffy.
Yeah.
So
I do like a.
it is made to make. We
Mhm.
want bubbles in the bread to make it light and fluffy,
Mhm.
and so that's why it doesn't have a real high yeast tolerance. And interestingly, like it started out as a whiskey yeast, but over the years has been developed is not the right word, but you take the yeast that makes the most carbon dioxide, and that's the one you propagate.
Yeah.
And then yeah. So
You're talking about. Hold on. Stop. You're talking about genetics. You're talking about specific breeding.
specific breeding.
God,
Okay.
dude. Thank you, Miss Powell. seventh grade.
Engineered. He says.
Also, I got 2 things on that. One, nothing worse than a hard bun, hard roll, hard loaf of bread.
Yeah.
So you're spot on there. 2, you ever used to get those? Did you have those school lunch rolls that you could just pile drive a couple fingers in there and get a
It
big
was just
yeast
open
net?
in the middle.
Yeah.
It was just like open
Did you do that?
to sniff yeast.
I did
No.
it. I did it, and I didn't see any other people doing it, but I think people did it.
All right, chat. Careful. Let's not talk about sniffing yeast too much.
Oh, sorry. I'm talking about school lunches, okay?
Yeah.
Come on. Vice Principal Beatty, help me out here.
Cultivated, Clinton says. Yeah. Jason asks, ever tried a yeast log? I haven't. Jason, I think we were talking about that last week, weren't we? Someone talking about a yeast log, or maybe it was in MFB. Have you been talking about that in MFB?
I remember this conversation. I remember those 2 words specifically, and that someone did use them together.
I got to turn my do not disturb back on.
Glenn Miller said, "You guys are killing. Let's promote Glenn Miller. I don't know how we do that. I don't know what it entails or what we give him. Thank you, brother." Just ordered the data yeast. Glenn, did you order it from Still in the Clear? Did you? Because Glenn, you were just promoted, and you may be fucking demoted instantly. 2 comments back to back.
So Still in the Clear doesn't sell yeast.
Okay,
It comes in all the kits. Daddy yeast comes in all the
Right.
Still in the Clear
Okay.
kits.
I retract. Amazon. Okay, Glenn, it's fine. We don't got it. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, Hillbilly Glass. But I think it was you that was talking about the yeast logs.
It was. I do remember that specifically now.
And I just wish I could read this without the glasses. Eyesight is,
So
my age. It just keeps getting worse. Oh, it's funny. I was talking about methanol in one of the videos on TikTok.
Yeah.
And one of the comments.
someone talked shit about your glasses.
Yes, one of the.
What an
So
asshole.
I'm telling everybody, don't worry about methanol. It's not going to make you go blind. And one of the comments is like, hey, we all do notice he's wearing glasses, right?
Yeah. No, so I don't have any contacts or glasses or anything like that. But I'll say real quickly, I could be legally blind and just not know it. I don't go to any kind of an eye doctor. I don't know how my vision is compared to most visions. So to that end, I may need glasses and just not have them. I don't think so, though.
I think that that's helping. We just get it dialed in. I think you're doing the right thing. So yeah, we've got Adam working on the screen here to try and make the chat bigger for the blind guy.
I like this.
Isn't it better having him do all this crap?
Yeah, dude.
Like,
You mean
Make
all the
this
shit
so
that we
much-
just weren't doing before?
we didn't know how to do it.
Yeah. I don't know how that.
Oh
stuff
yeah, that's
works
much better.
sometimes. It's my problem.
You're getting it.
Could
We'll get that figured out, but
Could it be possible that there's no camera, but there still is audio?
I don't think so. I
I
think it's either you got them or you don't got them.
Okay.
I've had that share song stuck in my head.
Maybe
I'm back on stream.
maybe Winsong. If we're still live, Winsong, send me a text. Just give me a thumbs up real quick if you can do that, and that'll at least let me know that we're still on.
Fro's
Oh.
here too. Frozen. Working
Okay.
on it.
All right. We'll see.
Welcome back, guys. Are we live?
Do you guys have chat?
Yes.
Yeah.
Terry Baldwin says,
Back,
"Welcome back up now."
Everyone keeps saying it. Keep putting it in there.
Back. Wonderful.
Baby guy.
Sorry about that, guys.
I'm not gonna mess with that anymore.
We can. We'll solve that problem for next week.
Yeah.
Love that. Boom.
All right. Thanks for hanging out with us while we got that settled.
Suffering from the buffering. Oh, Jason Acosta said, "I'm a suffering for the buffering." That makes me want to quench my thirst, brother.
Go ahead. Yeah.
No more?
I'm good. Do you want some more?
Sure.
Let's go ahead and polish that off.
I'm gonna get on the water.
Dude, what's crazy too is my sweet wife packed me 2 sandwiches to bring today while we were hunting. One for me,
Right.
one for my dad.
What a sweetheart.
Left them in the fridge.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah.
My wife has stopped packing lunches. Like, I just leave them at home. I don't mean to.
You know what I've eaten today?
Nothing.
5 glasses of mead. Is that a
Hold
recipe for
on.
success?
No,
I'm not eating it. I'm good. We're only going like another.
I got like pretzel. I bought all kinds of crap for the game night.
This is gonna be like me, just me. It's gonna sound like my mouth is in my mouth.
Well, I can tell you this. So, chat, you guys let me know if I'm right. But it feels like this live is better because I'm not screwing with anything. We've got Adam
here.
back there handling all that.
There's nothing here to.
Like, I'm enjoying it much better because of that, or does it just seem like
Do you know what I like about it?
regular? What?
I'm not staring at a monitor, getting like sidetracked by the way I look, and being like an
Mhm.
internal monologue of being like, "Look at this fucking idiot." You know?
Your
I don't
internal
even have to worry
monologue?
about it now. I can just be an
And-
idiot and just free.
Yeah.
I'll just
Be
know
a
that I
free
look like
idiot?
it. Yeah.
Well, and two, like when we were watching, when we had to watch ourselves, the video part of it, it was always delayed by 5 to 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So that would throw me off.
It was kind of weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little behind the scenes for you guys.
Yeah.
Jason Acosta said, "Any tips on getting salted?"
Started
Take
malting
2.
grain.
Hold on, I'm gonna hit this again because we may make a short out of it. That's also something for you guys. Jason Acosta asked, "Any tips on getting started malting grain?"
So malting grain is not that hard. You're basically going to soak your grain,
Mhm.
let it dry out, soak it, let it dry. Well, there's several different ways to malt, but the point is you want to get it to sprout like you're going to plant it. And then after it has sprouted a ½ inch to an inch, you want to force it to stop sprouting
Mhm.
because the seed has amylase in it. The seed is full of starch. When the seed starts to sprout, it wants to convert that starch to sugar to feed the plant so that it can break through the soil and grow.
That's neat.
And so you want to stop it at the point in which
Sprouted.
it is making the amylase to convert the starch that is inside the seed. So that's the entire point.
And you add
malting grain.
amylase to your corn when you're like, after you've jellified it, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm doing it the easy way.
Yeah.
The hard way was malting grains, using those grains to convert the starches in your entire mash bill. But now we have high temperature liquid amylase and glucoamylase, and we just add it instead of using malted. Now, a lot of people still use malted grains to convert starches. It's the traditional way to do it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with doing it. More power to you because like it's a little bit more work, but you are doing it the traditional way.
And so that'd be where you get like a malted whiskey.
Yeah. So for example, our kit, any of the all grain kits that we sell on Still in the Clear, they all come with high temperature alpha amylase and glucoamylase to convert the starches.
Yeah.
But they also come with malted grains. So if you don't want to use the liquid enzymes, you can use the malted barley and the malted wheat and all that to do all the conversion for you if you want to do it traditionally.
Yeah.
You can do it both ways with our kids.
Just going through an extra step of like essentially, I guess a cold ferment, and then
So there are temperature ranges that you have to hit for the malted grains, and that's what kind of makes it a little bit tricky, because if you miss those temperature ranges between like 155 to 160, then you don't get your conversion.
so it can be a little tricky in that.
It can be a little bit
aspect as far as
tricky,
temperature
and-
control.
Yeah, and that's why the liquid enzymes work so well. But then you also have I lost my thought. What you were talking about?
Just doing essentially like getting them to sprout, getting them the like just doing a cold ferment when they start to sprout, shutting them off and switching them over and cooking them, or however you want to do them.
Yeah. I don't remember what it was I was going to say.
Great job,
There was a
guys.
point there.
Paul McKinney. No enzyme, no sugar shine is an art. No sugar shine is an art.
No sugar. Yeah. So
I
not
had to read
using
that two
sugar.
times before I fully understood.
Yeah, it is an art to use only grains and not add any extra enzymes. You're just doing it the traditional way. It is a little bit more work. It is an art. It's a science. It is just a science.
outside of the science. So you got to be in this sort of a temperature range at this process. I mean, all that stuff. The actual hard part is depending on how big a run, that temperature can fluctuate kind of pretty rapidly, especially, even if you're doing a smaller mix, it can be harder in that sense because it's going to heat up and cool down quicker.
Yeah.
You're doing a larger and, you got your thermometer over here, you're doing this, stirring, and then next thing you know, it's a big run. So it's, I get exactly what you're saying as far as being finicky.
So I'm guessing if you're steeping your grains, the added amylase helps out as well. So typically, if I'm steeping grains, I'm not worrying about amylase. I'm not worrying about doing any conversion. I'm either steeping the grains for the flavor, or I'm going to be doing conversion. I don't do both. Some people do. I don't typically do both. I'm going to do some videos on doing both because I think it would be helpful for some people. But
Sweet.
Also, when you're talking about adding amylase, you have to be careful because there's powdered amylase, and then there's the liquid amylase, and there's high temperature amylase, and then there's amylase that's not high temperature. So you have to know which amylase type you're using and how to use it. For example, the powdered amylase is typically a one-step amylase, and the high temperature amylase is a two-step amylase because, the high temperature alpha converts starches into long chain sugars, and then you have to add a glucoamylase to convert the long chain sugars into fermentable sugars, and so you have to know which ones you're talking about. Ooh, dang, that was close.
Way to go, chat. Can they see it?
Where was the chat? Who in the chat was the one?
No,
that
hey
said,
guys, sit back, enjoy the show. We're not even having near catastrophes back here. Go ahead and give this a little. Take a little off the top there.
Jeez, that was so close.
That was crazy, bro.
I don't know if y'all can see this, but it's like
you got it over
there. We were 90 seconds from overflowing. That's still too much. So pour this out to about there. Just add it to that jar. Yeah, rum is a very unique flavor.
Also, hey guys, let me know how the mic is. Want to make sure I don't get anything, too close to it that's going to make a lot of noise or be distracting. Dude.
Okay, we are on jar number
Bush heavy.
7. And we are
Love
at,
Give me 99 again.
I'm going to call that 98, 97. What do you think? Richard said 94. It's higher than 94, Richard.
I'm going to say that is 97.
97.
I feel good about that. It tastes good, too. Like, I would very much enjoy this with some Coke. Nice little rum and Coke.
Yeah, we're at least going down to 80 proof or 70 proof.
You ever get in
'Cause it's
cocktail
at
moods?
90. Do what?
You ever get in cocktail moods?
Sure. Yeah.
You want to hear a weird one that I get on about once a winter?
Does it include something called wheezy or sneezy or what was it you were saying?
Glizzies?
Glizzy. I don't want to hear it.
No, it's not a glizzy cocktail, Cyrus.
Well, it's a new thing for me, so it's in front of mine. All right, so give me the weird thing.
Dude, shout out Big Lebowski. I get hardcore on some White Russians about once a winter until I don't want them for another full calendar year. Like one night. Maybe sometimes two if we don't go too hard the first night. My wife loves them too. We'll have, I don't know. Like last year we had 2 or 3 one night. Great. Oh, hey, this was so fun. And then we had like the next night like 15 to 20. And it was like, okay, hey, why just don't drink White Russians for
15
like
to
a full
20
year?
White Russians?
Yeah. They sneak up on you.
Yeah.
And the dairy is a problem. For those of you who don't know it, there's a large amount of dairy in a White Russian.
And
So it's an issue
for
of
some
volume.
people, that's a problem.
It's an issue of volume.
I mean, I drink at least half a gallon of milk a night. I love milk.
You're shitting me.
No.
You really
love
do?
milk.
Me too.
Yeah, I love it.
Wait, what's happening here?
Winsong, let them know how much milk I drink.
Hold on.
It's like
Just
my favorite
wait a
thing.
second. Okay, you're a half gallon a night, brother?
Yeah.
You too as well?
I mean,
With less volume, but a lot of milk?
I
That's
buy a
crazy.
half gallon of milk almost every night. So we live off grid,
Yeah.
as everybody knows, and
Yeah.
we have this tiny little fridge.
Okay.
Like literally, this thing is like this big.
Okay.
So I can't even fit a full gallon of milk in there. I can fit 2 half gallons. And so there'll be a partial half gallon of milk at
You're
home
just
for
going
me
to
right now.
town on some milks at night, huh?
Love it.
Anything in it?
Love it.
Chocolate?
No,
Just
straight
straight?
milk. Straight milk.
What are you, a whole guy? 2%?
Whole milk. Like all that other stuff is like, that's not even
But
milk.
you're still
I don't know
crap.
what it is, but it's not even milk.
That milk's doing something to you.
No. Sure don't.
Hold
That
on.
is
Hold on,
good
I got
stuff.
you. Hey, if you guys have any kind of raw milk suppliers in the greater Fort Smith, Arkansas area, could you please put them in the chat? That's wild to me. I didn't know that about you. Cool to know that. Also, you know who else loved milk? My sweet beloved late grandfather. He would drink milk and ice every night.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it in ice.
He would do it
Like-
all the time.
Every meal I have milk with. Almost every meal. Like, it doesn't matter if it's burgers, pizza, like,
dude.
milk.
I'm the same exact.
Like, I've
My
never met another
father-in-law-
person like that. It's very cool.
My father-in-law, what's happening right now? What are you guys doing to me? Did you guys plan this when I was late?
Yeah.
That you're like, hey, at
Yeah.
some point we're both gonna come
Yeah,
out.
we
with milk
made
ice.
this both up. We made it up.
It's so rare
We're
to come
calling-
across one.
We're calling it the spilt milk conversation.
That's right. Yeah, we go for milk like crazy. We get it from Bronx usually.
Oh, I
Jimmy
love
Worcester
milk.
says I drink half a gallon of vodka at night. Jim, that is both sad and depressing. Just kidding, it's not. I sometimes, sure. Not every night though, surely. Yeah.
Winsong says he has to keep his belly. The man only eats once a day.
I will say I've seen him eat rarely.
It is true. I eat like once a day.
About 3 times
I
I've seen
just-
him eat.
I don't even eat that much when I eat, but the milk keeps me going. What can I say?
I do. I will say that if I don't seek it out. Jason said,
Yeah.
"Holy crap! I go through
Oreos and milk.
so many Oreos with all that milk." I don't seek it out, okay? But if anyone maybe I don't even like them. They were like, hey, Oreos and milk.
And I do,
Yes.
I do dessert almost every night, like pie, cake, something
Dude,
every night.
Dude, my father-in-law's the same way.
Yeah.
Loves, and dude, he also consumes a lot of that. He grew up on a dairy farm, though.
It's difficult for me to like go to bed and go to sleep. Slice of pie or cake or whatever. She's supposed to let me know so I can grab something else. I'm like if I get home and there's no dessert, I'm like, oh man,
Like that pie.
how am I
I
going
do
to sleep
too.
tonight?
Dude, what are you doing? How are you staying in such good shape? You're drinking a shit ton of milk. You're eating pies. Slim and trim over here.
I'm not in that great a shape. Like
I'm gonna do. Hey,
Working
here's
on
what
the
I
same
want you
time.
to do. Here's what I want you to do.
all right, what is it?
I want you to go. Seriously, I mean, you don't have to start this week, but Monday through Sunday, I want you to write down everything you eat and drink every day for a week.
I'm
And
not
then
gonna-
I want to mimic your. No. This is the only reason. I want you to write it down, like meal for meal, whether it's like bagel bites or like like pizza rolls. Because I know, so like whatever you eat, I want like give me 3 days, okay? And I'll just eat that off like the whole week. Like I'm gonna mimic your diet for a full week.
Yeah, I don't know if
Milk,
I can do it.
Pie, dude, it sounds like great.
Like there's so many things in my life that I'm supposed to write down
Yeah.
to keep things organized, and I don't do that.
Can you just text me every time you eat something, and I'll just write it down?
No, like
It's the same
the
thing.
fact that you think I can remember to text you every time I eat is kind of funny.
I feel like
It's not gonna happen.
hey, you got it in you. Get a text from Cyrus at like 2:30 in the morning. 3 pieces of apple pie.
You will never,
damn, brother.
you will never
Who
get a
are
text. You will never get a text from me at 3:30 in the morning. I
No,
promise.
dude, you're asleep by
unless
like,
I'm just
early.
waking up.
Yeah, you wake up. Yeah, okay. I was about to say. Because I remember one time, like early on into knowing you, like I hadn't even had your phone number that long, and I was working with a firm at night. It was like 9:30, and like in a nice way, you were like, "Hey, like I'm asleep right now." So
Yeah,
and ever since then, I was like, "Okay,
yeah.
don't
Don't text me at
that."
9:30.
Yeah.
Like I'm barely awake.
That's hilarious.
I'm trying to at 9:30. I'm trying to finish the last episode of whatever my wife and I are watching, so that
It was just kind of hilarious because one, I didn't know that about you. You do, and obviously I know now. You go to bed early and you get up early.
Yeah.
But looking back, it's kind of funny because once you get a text like that, where it's like, oh hey, by the way, like I'm asleep, and you're like, fucking dickhead, I'm an idiot. I remember thinking about that. I laid awake at night thinking like, fucking got Cyrus.
oh no, don't even worry about it like that.
I'm just kidding. I didn't. I was a little bit like, okay, shouldn't do that. Cause I gotta start reading these before I actually start to read them because I'm telling there's gonna be a bomb in here somewhere where it's like, yep, we said that out loud. Leonard Sherry said, need help. Rum wash started at 1120 gravity, stopped working at 1010. Not sweet or bitter tasting. I'm going to give you my novice opinion, and then I'm going to let Cyrus give you his expert opinion. 1010 is pretty good. That's not the worst. I mean, you started off pretty high. You got down close to 0.000. I mean, my opinion would be on a rum wash, started at 1120, stopped at 1010. Not sweet or bitter tasting. I don't think you need help at all.
Yeah,
I don't
so
think you need anything, Leonard.
So I'm not the rum expert, but here's what I do know about molasses. There are unfermentable sugars. You are rarely going to get down to 1.000 with a rum because some of the sugars, the yeast are never going to consume. And like this wash right here finished out at 1.020. It was not going to go any lower. So, and also, Leonard, even if it wasn't a rum wash, if I was doing a whiskey with corn and I started at 1120 and ended at 1010, I would run it. I wouldn't have a problem with that.
Run that shit, Leonard.
1.010 is barely anything. Like, it's not worth the time to try and fight it out, troubleshoot it, figure out what's wrong. Just run it. You're good. Don't
Also,
even worry
that was
about
a
it.
lot. I mean, like, pretty good, decent amount of. I mean, that's a high starting specific gravity. I mean,
Yeah.
I know rums
You
are a
got
little different.
plenty of
and stuff
alcohol
like-
in
Yeah, you're good. That's awesome. Yep, full sin. Chat's getting behind you.
Banana pudding moonshine with a shot of my 110 proof.
Wait, what's he saying there?
I'm not sure exactly, but
Banana pudding moonshine, so a post-flavored moonshine, I'm assuming.
yeah.
With the shot of my 110. Or he could have done, you've seen that recipe where they do the banana pudding mix, vanilla wafers, like they ferment off that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and well, in sugar, obviously, but
Glenn, elaborate on that, Glenn. That's interesting. Scott McNeil, your rum is probably done. Has unfermentable sugars in it. Yep. That was for Leonard.
still works in brewing.
Terry
Don't
says
lose us.
Leonard, full send. Yep.
Just kidding. Still works in brewing. Later, brother.
Still works as leaving.
I think.
Have a great night. See you. All right, Randy. See you later. Damon says his last rum stopped at 10:10 also.
Hooah.
Paul McKinley says rum, run it.
Terry Baldwin said, hooah.
Yeah, Richard, I did add gluco to this rum wash because I wanted to see if I could convert those unfermentable sugars into fermentable sugars and finish it to 1.000. Still didn't work. Anyone try adding amylase to rum wash to convert the unfermentables? Oh, I just talked about that, Jason. Yeah, I did try adding glucoamylase.
Hey, so I would like to get the chat's opinion, and I'll get Cyrus's opinion at the same time. This is something we haven't talked about yet, but I have a extra line on my phone that's like separate from anything else, and I can like stop it, start it, not take calls at certain times.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you think about the idea of taking like live call-ins every once in a while?
That
Is
would
that
be
wild?
fun.
Is that wild?
Yeah, that would be interesting.
What do you guys think?
Well,
Potentially, what do you guys think? Chat, give me your opinion. We have a number here. You call up. We put you on the line. We'll pipe you in the audio, and we take a call. I think that there probably would need to be like a messaging system where you can communicate with our producer Adam, and like make sure you're not like a crazy person.
like I'm pretty certain we would have to have some equipment that Adam doesn't have right now. Like that's going to require a mixing
Button. If someone's like,
Right.
Allah Akbar, like just goes crazy on a call in.
How it works. I'll have to bet the call.
That's an interesting. So we can have Adam look
We can
into that.
pre-schedule
figure
like
out
2 or 3 calls. Like you guys
So-
just get in the chat. We'll put the number in the chat.
So
Okay, listen,
Right.
brother. You call in, and those are the first 6 words out of your mouth. Guess what's gonna happen? No, I'm just kidding.
So like that would be just pretty similar to the live streams that have a panel where you can request to be on the panel.
Yeah.
But it would also be better like a call-in type show. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Or we could do like
Let's do like a
the
segment.
last 30 minutes
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yes.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Last 30, mid 30, more than that. I'm slow. I'm a slow learner. I don't care. I ain't as quick as I used to be, old Paul.
So Dave says, I did your breakfast cereal bourbon, started at 1090. It has stopped at 1020. Do you think that is unfermentable? So when I did mine, I didn't have any unfermentables. It finished all the way out.
What kind of cereal did
So-
you use?
Yeah. So did you use the exact brand that I did in the video? If you didn't, it's possible that it was unfermentable. If you did, it's unlikely that it was unfermentables. So I'm surprised. I'm surprised that it didn't finish all the way out. My guess would, if I were to guess why it didn't finish all the way out, I would say temperature might have finished had you warmed it up. This time of year, temperature is often a problem.
Jason, brother, y'all are the good kind of crazy, man. We like Cajuns. I got some. I don't even know if I can. I grew up on a crawfish farm, man, so I feel like I got the coon ass pass. So I'm just gonna say I got some coon ass buddies that are a real good time. We like people from Louisiana.
Windsong says you'll need to filter out the trolls. Talking about the call-in segment. Yeah, so
I don't.
that's
I'll open forum. I'll
3 to 5 second delay, meaning what we hear, you guys don't hear for 3 to 5 seconds.
Well, and also it may be nicer to do like a 30-second delay, just like because I could see I could see one starting to go south and just riding it out to where it's like, yeah, we should not cut that.
Well, I don't like 30-second delay is a long ass.
It's a long, and 30 seconds past what we. So I don't know, maybe like 15,
here's what I think the difficult part would be.
Also, let's not say the exact amount of delay out loud.
That's true. So Terry says call screening required, which makes sense. Like, first of all, we're assuming there's going to be 30 people trying to call at the same time, which is not going to be the case.
No,
right?
well, probably what we would do, I would assume, is call. So for like the up and making sure that we're all straight over here is like taking messages from you guys, like, hey, I'd be interested as a caller. This is what I want to ask.
Yeah. So here's my thought though. Like, I mean, we don't really have to talk about all this on the live. It may be boring.
This is kind of logistical stuff that we just sit around and normally talk about.
But it would seem to me that the call screener can't be Adam. Like, Adam's got shit to do. There would have to be another person who's just doing the call. Anyway, but we can talk about that later. This conversation will get very boring.
Resumes in the chat. Resumes in the chat. Damon Beatty said, damn smoked herring, give me heartburn. What state up north are you from, Mr. Beatty? We talking Minnesota? We talking Wisconsin? Where are they eating smoked herring
I
at?
think Damon's East Coast.
Really?
I think so.
I could buy Maine if that's East Coast.
I
Smoked
don't think
herring?
he's up there. Although he did recently move south, I think. Jump in there and let us know.
Brother, that's an unknown. Is it like a 10 fish type situation? Because my wife's are always trying to get me to eat 10.
It was really good. Oh, we still got to do the tasting on that aging.
Damn it.
Winsong says video keeps stopping. Although she has terrible service too, so maybe.
Have you checked your internet connection?
On her end. Hopefully it's not on our end. Let me get the syringe.
Scott said the show Moonshiners sure started with some fake drama this week. What are they, fake fighting each other? What's going on? I didn't watch. What happened? Jim Worcester said, looking good in Virginia. Good, good, good. Jason, we do need a secretary. What, how tall are you? How many words can you type per minute, Jason? And on a standard English typewriter. Keyboard, sorry. What's that mean, Jim? I love the sight of that big old Jerry just pulled up. I love the sight of that big old. I don't know what that means, brother. Video issues here too. Jerry, I'm sorry, brother. We're gonna.
I can't find the shot glasses.
There we go. Mark and Digger had 3.5 barrels stolen. Okay, here we go. Here's the Moonshine. Scott Bryant said, Mark and Digger had 3.5 barrels stolen. Never checked the broken door right beside them. Blamed Kelly.
I mean, are we assuming that stuff's all real?
I don't know, man. You know, there's so much TV magic that I don't really understand. I mean, they shoot, and they make cuts, and you know, the producers themselves can make what they filmed look like, you know, differently than what actually happened without even, you know, anyone who's participating in the show contributing to that. But yeah, I mean, I think some of the, you know, they get heated at each other all the time, but nobody's ever hitting anybody, and that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, how are y'all that mad all the time and y'all are never doing nothing about it? It doesn't make any sense. So, I don't know. This is how you proof down for tasting?
Yeah. Take a little sip on that. I think I put too much water in it. Just let me know. I can give you a little more. So this is the breakfast cereal.
Yeah, just more whiskey for me, I think.
Yeah, I think I put too much water in it.
I don't know if you did or didn't, but
Okay.
more whiskey has never been not the answer, right?
That's right. It's never been the wrong answer. Okay, so this is the same breakfast cereal that we did several weeks ago. Half of it we went ahead and bottled, and then half of it I wanted to age a little bit longer just to see what happened. And it's 126 proof. Put it in this jar on September 13th. It has a medium char stick and a medium toasted stick. And I'm giving it a little more time. I want to see what happens.
So this is a this is a situation where we've tried it several times throughout it aging on this wood, and each time it's better. And it is, I will say, to Cyrus's credit, a ridiculous amount of self-control to not just hammer all this. It's so good. Like it's I can't I'll never be able to accurately describe to you guys that aren't being able to taste it for yourself how good this is.
This is,
So sorry.
I'm glad we took half of it and kept aging it because it's better than what we've got
It's
bottled
better
over
every
there.
time, brother.
Yeah.
And
that is
I'm
really
constantly
good.
surprised by it. I was surprised by it initially when it was clear liquor and it was like, hey, like this is the breakfast cereal run. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then I aged it a little bit and you're like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah.
All right, now we're up there with like you know, a nice bourbon you would find in a liquor store. Keeps aging, and it's just better and better and better every time. Did we get close again? Can you guys see this thing? What are you guys doing to us back there?
So we're getting cloudy now. I don't know if the chat
Like, maybe you can. I don't know. I don't have a monitor anymore.
I don't know if the chat can tell. We're starting to get cloudy now.
Oh yeah.
So we're down into the tails, and this is something that's interesting too because sometimes your tails won't be cloudy, and sometimes they will.
There's a little
And I'm not
opaqueness to
always
that.
sure. Yeah, I'm not always sure if that is the wash or the still, but I think it has more to do with your wash than it does your still because sometimes you can run way down deep into the tails and it never gets cloudy. And we're not running fast. We're at about 3 drips per second.
Quick drip.
Yeah, 3 drips per second. So we're not running fast. And for you guys out there that do a lot of rums, let me know if this is common on a rum run. Do you just start getting cloudy down around? We're probably.
Did you proof this yet?
It's probably 90-ish.
I'm going to take a guess here. 90. Okay, so last jar number 6 and jar number 7 were 99, 97. You guys comment in the chat what you think this is going to proof out at. I've got to guess. And I'm tasting it, granted, but I'm locked in up here. Tell us in the chat, what's the proof of this stuff? Jar number 8. All pints. Pot still run will cloud up from my experience.
We've got an 80 proof guess.
79. 75. I've got my guess. 95.
Damn, that surprises me.
Hold on, I don't see it. 102.
102.
It's like 90. I'd say it's I'd say it's 91. I think it fell off quite a bit from the last jar. Not quite
What was
a bit.
the last
but
jar? 97 was the
97.
last jar.
I'd say it dropped down, starting to drop off pretty good. I think our next one would be somewhere in between 80, 84 and like 87, 88. I think it's somewhere around 91. I don't know though. No one else guessed 91 too. It's kind of part of the reason that
Okay.
you're like, actually it was 140. So dead wrong.
I thought it was going to be lower.
Dude, am I the smartest man alive?
You're pretty smart. I mean, don't forget Adam is still in the room. But
Okay. Yeah, we know. You guys tell me, is that 91 on the mother freaking dot?
Let's see.
Years of consumption. Lots of practice.
Kevin says, I made a Moonshine 1090 start ended 1.001 and it had like a grungy smell through the whole run.
Right.
Do you have
Here's
any
where you wanna be.
suggestions? I mean, grungy.
Killed that baby, bruh.
I don't know. Like, I don't have any suggestions. I know sometimes the smell and the taste do not equate to each other. So,
Grungy smell through the whole run. Describe the grungy. I mean, is it like the wet cardboard?
See-
Is it the sharp? Is it what is
see how
it?
that's beaten up?
Yeah.
That's like kind of oily.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll finish out this jar.
I would say though, because I've been, unbeknownst to you, when I pulled the last couple, kind of behind the back situation,
Yeah.
I've taken some sips.
Okay.
I've taken some sips.
Yeah.
I'm owning up to
All right.
it. I'm gonna come clean. I would say the last, and again, I know they're gonna breathe overnight. It's really probably only gonna get, obviously better in terms of taste, but the last 4 of them, I've been like, yeah, this was the first one where there was like a little something, but I don't know if it's the rum and I just don't have as good a gauge on it, or I was like, really all of this, I've been like, yeah.
Well, we'll know tomorrow. So it's going to taste a little different tomorrow. So we'll blend these tomorrow. We got 8 jars, 8 pints. So it's 1 gallon. So I'm probably going to get less than a full gallon of final product, but that's okay. That
I
is
don't know.
okay.
You might have one of those, the next jar off here might be like oh shit. Like, I think the next, there was 2 jars from the end on my last run, and it was like, whoa, shit, this is like one of the best jars.
So part of the problem is I want to split the final product in half. I want to age some of it, and then some of it I want to leave clear and do a little flavor. But I don't want it cloudy.
No, yeah, for
So
sure.
I'm not adding that cloudy jar.
No, I agree.
So this last jar and that jar that's going to come off, they're going to go in the faints jar.
But you don't think that there's like a potential chance this last one won't be cloudy and somehow it'll be like, oh shit, this is a good one?
So there's a potential chance
What small chance?
that something like that has never happened to me could happen.
But that said, you are saying that there's a chance. You're saying there's a chance.
I'm actually more saying anything is possible.
Okay.
So,
All right.
but yeah,
A
we're
little
just about done
grunge
with
is
the-
okay if you age it. Okay, and I don't know. Everyone's got different preferences. I like a little grunge if I'm gonna just proof it way down and season the shit out of it, or just back season it a little bit. But for the stuff that I'm willing to, okay, if I'm willing to take the time to age it and wait on it and baby it and coddle it and sniff it and walk by and take a little tasting, and everyone who comes over to my house, they go, hey, look over here. This is some Asian, this is taking a long time. I want it to be the best stuff that I can put in the jar off the rip. So if I'm aging it, I don't want any of that grunge. I took my last run and I had a premium like 1 gallon, and then I had another half gallon that I kept that was some like, okay, yeah, like you can fine, but I have a 1 full gallon of like, hey, this is straight hearts.
Yeah.
I'm gonna age this. That's what I want to do with it.
Damon, I don't know if you're still in here. I saw you say goodbye, so see ya, brother.
Damon, brother, good talking with you tonight, man.
So the hydrometer was 91, Joe.
What I said, Joe.
Oh, audio. Everybody's saying bye to Damon. How many
Later,
people we
dude.
got in the chat, Adam?
We have
Or
30.
in the live?
30.
30 people in the live stream still. Thank you guys. That's awesome. We got 1 jar left, and then we're going to get out of here. I think this is getting better and better. Like I almost want to take the
Every
jar
time.
that we already bottled and just put it back in an aging jar. It
Every
also
time, dude.
it also makes me think. So I've got this problem where good grief, what's his name? Not Charles. Christopher over at Bad Motivator Barrel, right, has sent me these Bad Motivator barrels, and I'm supposed to make a video, and I haven't made one yet.
Up there, the metal barrels.
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't made one yet. So for 2 reasons. One, I want to put something really good in a Bad Mo barrel
Yeah.
because I'm going to leave it in there for a year.
Yeah.
And it's also 1.8 gallons. So it's not like just a 1 gallon. I've been needing to make a video for him for months, but I keep thinking I've got to find something that's going to be really good and that I have at least, a couple of gallons of.
So you're looking at this thing and you're going, oh, just a metal barrel. Got a big old wood top on it. And the back part of this is
Charred or
Yeah.
toasted. Like there's a code here on each of his barrels. So where it says
2445 H1.
right, so that's a heavy toast and a number 1 char. And I'm not sure what the 2445 means.
That's getting that.
But
there.
so like what I was going to do, I made that
Smells good.
really large corn liquor run.
Shout out to who made this?
This is Bad Motivator Legacy Barrels.
This video.
Christopher's the owner.
Give me a Bad Motivator.
Bad Motivator. Everybody in the chat is going to know who Bad Motivator is.
Shout out Bad Motivator.
And I made that large batch of corn liquor, but it's just a sugar mash. And so I knew I was going to have plenty of liquor to put in there to age, but I don't know how good that's going to turn out. It's just a sugar mash. But now I'm thinking I need to go buy 14 pounds of cereal and make another batch of this.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're running it again.
Like this is good.
You know you're running it
Really
again.
good.
Yeah, it's I would
See ya, Paul. See you later, brother.
You put the recipe in the newsletter, didn't you?
Yep.
I'll go.
I believe so. There is a recipe in the newsletter. Of course, there's the video on YouTube.
It was a straight cold ferment, or did you cook it all?
I didn't cook none of it. Straight cold ferment.
Dude, so
easy. So easy.
That is honestly crazy. I know you did it as a meme recipe, but it's
turned out to be amazing.
Dude, I'm not
It
shitting
has
you guys.
surprised
It's
me
like
every step of the way.
come in, come hang out, ask some questions, look at what Cyrus has here. If you can come in person and try this, it's stupid good.
Yeah, if you're not subscribed to the MASH newsletter, Adam just put a link down in there. It's a free newsletter. Every month there's a couple of there's a new recipe, there's a couple of articles, there's a deal of the day, there's a Q&A every issue for the beginners. Like it is there's no doubt in my mind it's the best Moonshine newsletter out there that goes out every month. Right now we have like almost 9,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
That it goes out to.
There's a lot of cool stuff on it.
And it's free.
Yeah.
Like we put a lot of work into it, especially Iron Duke. Iron Duke, I don't know if you're still in the chat. Like he does most of the work, and it's work every month, and it's free.
Well, and I like too. So one, it like he's saying, doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't feel like when you're reading through that and you're kind of going through the whole newsletter, it doesn't feel like one big like ad, which I love.
Because it's not. It's all just content.
articles, recipes.
There's
I've had some stuff in there. Shout out.
Yeah, I've tried to put it. I always put like a couple little ads, but they're just little small graphics.
Yeah,
that's all they are. You know,
and it's once a month, right?
And it's once a month.
I want to start doing
first Wednesday of every month.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I think you need to put have you put the breakfast cereal? I mean, I know you've made videos and you've done this. Have you put the, like, just hard script breakfast cereal recipe on the newsletter yet?
I think I have. I don't know for sure. I'd have to ask Iron Duke, but I think it's already been in there like 2 episodes back, 2 issues back.
If it can, it seems like one that can be easily recreated because of the cold ferment aspect of it.
Yeah.
Like, you're not having to worry about varying temperatures, the time that you added, you know.
Yeah. There's none of that.
It's just put this in a barrel, ferment for this long. Which, how long did you ferment for? Because whatever you did, you hit the sweet spot. Like, I would try to mimic exactly to the hour, however you did this.
Well, I don't know, but I think it was probably like 2 weeks.
I'll take it.
I think it was probably 2 to 3 weeks.
One of y'all start at the 3-week mark. I'll start at the 2-week mark, and we'll just meet in the middle.
No.
It is ridiculous. And I'm not even like a big, like, normally, I mean, we try a lot of stuff here. I mean, we try a ton of stuff from different people and stuff we make, and, you know, we try a ton of stuff.
Yeah, people bring stuff in for us to try.
And a lot of times, really good.
Yeah.
Really good. You know, just, if I happen upon this at a liquor store, I'm happy with it. And I feel like that is a lot of what people bring in. Not maybe most, but a lot of. And so we try a lot of really good stuff. This is, and I'm telling you right now, it's better than Buffalo Trace. It's better than, you know, Blanton's, which I don't really like.
And it's cereal.
It's cereal.
That's what's surprising.
I'll
tell you what, this surprised me. Like, I think it was Tuesday. I had a guy come in, and I'm always
that actually.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm always like, I don't know if you want to proof it down or whatever, but here's this if you do. I'm used to people coming into the shop, and I've always got all of this stuff at the shop for people to try. And I'm really always proud to let people try the breakfast cereal because everybody loves it. But this guy came in Tuesday and tried it, and he was like, "Yeah, it's all right." And I was like, it hurt my feelings. You know,
right.
Like, hey, Tim, are you serious?
You know what? Honestly, forget that guy, dude. You don't need that shit.
So,
it is kind of funny because sometimes, and again, all this is so subjective, I understand,
right.
But, you know, sometimes it does, like what you're saying. It kind of pains me because you'll give somebody. I didn't make it, okay? I have no dog in this fight. I just taste a lot of stuff, and I know that from everything that I've tasted, this is above average. Could be for several reasons. It could be a clarity, could be a smoothness of taste, an aftertaste, a bitterness. It could be a PA. You know, it could be. There's so many things that go into it. So I know for the most part, when I hand someone something and I'm considering, I'm saying like, "Hey, this is good."
Yeah.
Which means above average. And above average here is like really good.
Yeah.
And they'll you know, I'll hand something to someone every once in a while and they'll be like, all right. Yeah. Not really for me.
And it's quite all right.
And I have to remember to be like, oh yeah, this is not
like everybody has their own.
You liked this, you would like this.
Yeah. Everybody has their own subjective opinion and there's nothing wrong with it.
But also you're wrong. No.
Your opinion is wrong? No.
Set this over here.
I'm just accustomed, like, I've had a lot of bourbon.
Yeah.
And that one is good.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But
Yep. Kevin Hoban said it kind of smelled like the heads all the way through. I couldn't figure it out. I thought maybe somebody smarter than I could.
So, Kevin, were you the one that came in and hurt my feelings? Is that what you're saying?
What did he say? Oh, he's up there. I made a Moonshine 1090, started in at 10:01, and it had a grungy smell through the whole run.
Yeah. So,
kind of hard to ascertain.
Kevin, how new are you? How many runs have you made, and what still are you running? This could have.
I mean, don't fudge the numbers. When someone says I've made 100 runs, I automatically deduct like 70 of those, okay?
Yeah, so what kind of still are you running? Because when you say it kind of seemed like there were heads all the way through, if you're running a small still, it can seem that way. Because your cuts get smeared all the way through your run, especially the smaller your still is. Hillbilly Glass says, I ran my GWR last weekend. The whole run smelled like tails. I ran it out to add back to the sour mash. Never had that happen before.
It's weird.
Yeah, I've never had an entire run smell like tails.
What could you, I mean, again, there's probably 10,000 possibilities here, but what would you contribute that to? Not like an infection or anything like that. I mean, that's a really weird thing to happen to a George Washington rye.
I think it's a weird thing to happen to any run for tails to be coming through in the entire run. So
that
I don't know.
Is just like so.
Like that's a
pretty hardy
GWR. The GWR is like a tried and true recipe.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. And for me, like tails. The smell of tails to me has a very specific smell.
They could have scalded the grain?
No, scalded grain, at least to me, a scorched grain doesn't taste like or doesn't smell like tails to me. But yeah, I'm not sure, Hillbilly. Terry, I don't know what happened. That's interesting that you got the taste of tails throughout the whole run, or the smell of tails throughout the whole run on a GWR. Proof came out lower than normal by like 20 proof points, and first pint was okay, then tails. I don't know, bub.
Honestly, I think the answer on a lot of this is, and it's not a good one, because you've put a lot of work into your product. You've taken time, you've waited, you've measured, you've gone and bought this, that, the other. You've taken the time to ferment it. I think everyone, myself included, looks for the answers of what went wrong in a particular ferment. When the answer is simply,
who knows?
Happens sometimes.
It happens sometimes.
We're not in a lab. We're not in a controlled environment where temperatures are always the exact same, and so like. There's so many variables to what we're doing here and what we're making that I think sometimes the answer is just like, shit, I don't know. Try again.
And Terry is talking about the GWR, and Jason is talking about the wheated bourbon. Now, those are both, if you are both talking about the still in the clear kits that you get that are 6-gallon kits,
that is a little cloudy.
You also have to remember that small batches get into tails much quicker. And so I don't know if you're used to doing small batches. I don't even know if you were doing a 6-gallon batch.
Shit.
But that could be one thing too.
And on Hillbilly Glasses, he's saying proof came out lower than normal by like 20 proof. Points out first pint was okay, then tails. Like still ferment, like so. There's just so many ways to track down the possibilities of what.
So many different variables. Yeah, for sure.
Like it's just nuts when you start really thinking about it. At the end of the day, you can do the same process 100 times. Like nobody's getting 100 out of 100.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Like there's gonna be that run in there where it's like something crazy weird.
I've had so many runs that just turned out like crap.
Yeah.
Like it just happens.
Corn whiskey, high proof, on the cheap.
Yeah.
No, I mean not on the cheap. We're not. Settle down.
No, but sure. True.
Yeah.
14-gallon batch, Jason says. Yeah, so that's that's not the problem. The early tails on a small batch, you're doing a 14-gallon batch, so that's not the same thing.
I think more importantly too, the fact that you guys are noticing like this isn't right.
Mm-hmm.
There's too much tails here. There's too much throughout the run. Like, good for you. Probably I would go out on a limb here and say better than most. Like a lot of people, of course, we're optimists. I feel like a lot of times when we're making our own stuff, I'm like, oh, well, it's not that bad. It could do this. Blah, blah, blah. It's, when it's like, okay, there's a little something here. Yeah. So good on you guys for figuring out, like, oh, this is the best. Yeah. This is tails. This is,
So there's Jason was doing a 14-gallon batch. Terry was doing like a sugar mash. And so neither one of those are the still in the clear kit.
That's a problem. That's a damn problem right there, brother. Hey, why don't y'all go to stillandclear.com and order one of our premium American-made kits?
American-made. Merca.
Made right here in the shop.
All right, I think
got a little cloudy over there. You were right about that next jar.
I'm not
like its predecessor.
Yeah, I'm not going to run any more past this. So I think we're going to call it a night. Cool. Next week, same bat channel, same bat time.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, y'all. We are going to get out of here. Everybody say thank you to Adam for helping this thing run so much smoother than we
prayer emoji in the chat.
Good
W.
Lord,
Adam.
that's so much better.
Yeah. Appreciate all you guys being here. Again, I'm ABV Guy on TikTok.
You're going live tomorrow, right? Friday?
I hope so.
Noonish?
I hope so.
On TikTok?
So. I got really hemmed up in the deer woods today, getting back to like work messages and stuff like that. But I'm hoping so. I'm gonna go live sometime within the next 48 hours, and I'll put a TikTok out and I'll announce like, hey, I'm gonna be live at this time. Going, probably around 4-ish hours, but who knows? If it's fun and you guys are hanging out, we might go longer. So, ABV Guy on TikTok. Always fun hanging out with you guys, and yeah, I guess we'll see you next Thursday at 5.